Hi and welcome to Miss Duct Tape Queen's channel. This is a tutorial on how to make a Valentine. So it's going to be a pretty simple tutorial, but you will need duct tape, of course. One color, two colors, as many colors as you want. I plan on using red and white, but as you know, there's other colors like blue, the nude tape, hearts, so it's going to be Valentine themed. And there's cupcakes, there's zebra, there's a million different colors you can do. But I'm using red and white. And then you'll need scissors, an X-Acto knife, a pen, or duct tape markers if you have them. These would probably work better for you. And a cutting mat or a flat surface that you can cut on. So this is basically a free range tutorial. It doesn't have any set standards on it, but take whichever color you want to be the outside of the Valentine. I'm going to use red. And before, if you want, you can take your pen and draw just a heart about how big you want the heart. So I'm just going to draw a random heart. There's a heart there. You can't see it too much, but mine's about 4 by 4 inches is what I'm doing in size. But so make a sheet. So I will need 4 4-inch strips of tape for mine. If you want it huge, you can do it huge. If you want it smaller, make it smaller. But just go with it. And you can use duct tape sheets on this if you wanted, instead of cutting out each thing and making it a sheet. So if you were using a duct tape sheet, just take a sheet and fold it in half so it's non-sticky on both sides. But just make it so it's a sheet and a sheet so it's not sticky on either side. And there is sticky showing on mine, I am aware. But I'm just going to fold it over so I don't get stuck to anything. So now I just have a plain sheet, which is fine. Now I'm going to do my heart this way, but if you want, you can draw your heart out on this and then cut it out. Or you can do it how I'm going to do it. I'm going to freehand this, so I fold it in half, and I just do half a heart. So just cut it out. And it turned out perfect, so I'm gonna trim the edge. Let me pull this off. That was annoying me, but just you can do it when it's open. It might work better. Let me pull this off too. So just round the edges off to the size you want, and so you have a heart. Now with the same or different color, I'm going to use white just because it's also a color that, really I have a white that's this one, but it's a color that you can be seen easy on if you write on it. So I'm going to do the same size. 4 by 4, and I won't have enough left on that roll, so take this one. Always good to have backup rolls on hand, especially if you go through tape like I do, but it's all good. Then just do the same thing you did with the red, and just repeat. And if you're doing the sheet again, just take a sheet, unpeel it from the backing they have on it, and fold it in half, and there you go, you got a sheet. Now to make sure these are the same size, I am going to take my pen. Okay, I'm taking a different pen because I don't know where my pen went. Then just draw it on again. This is just to make sure you have the same size and shape of a heart. I did write on my heart by accident, so if you scrape it off, it would generally come off if you're using a pen. But it's all good. So now just cut out your heart. This is what you could have done the first time if you had a heart decal to go off, or if you just wanted to freehand it. So I'm just tracing what I just drew on. And you can do these in different shapes if you wanted. I'm just doing a traditional heart for Valentine's Day. And these can be good for anyone, your parent, a friend, classmates, etc. A random person if you just want to give it to a random person. But I got some pen left over, so I'm just trying to take that off real quick. But there we go. Now you should have two hearts, same or different colors. Mine are just red and white, very traditional, I guess. And now I'm just putting them on top of each other, because if you notice, they're not exactly the same. So I'm just gonna fix that and make them so they are the same, so you don't see one over the other. Boom, boom. And another great Valentine's Day gift is a duct tape flower. If you haven't learned how, I do have a book that tells you how to make a duct tape flower. So that's always good. There we go, now they're about the same. Now I'm going to take whichever one you want to be the top. I'm going to make it so the red's the top. Take that and lay a strip out. Now measure using your heart. I'll say from about like the where it just begins to round down to the point is how long you want the strip, or rough estimate. Probably won't be identical if your heart's really rounded like mine is. But here's what you can do. Place it. We have sticky on one side. Put your heart upside down. Line them up again. It was this way they were lined up. And just because my heart's rounded, I'm going to make strips to try and make it stick on all sides. So this means I can lift one part of it up at a time instead of the whole thing. So now I'm going to do one more because this is the really curvy part. So to show you real quick, see I cut it into two so I can fold it over. I'm going to do it once more. So I have that to fold over, and my last one to fold over. Now, you can either leave it like that, but I won't leave it like that. But just to make it so I don't have to cover up a lot. Peel it back some. And just cut it off. So now it's shorter and there's less to cover. But I think this will work. Take white, empty roll out, so you can cut this in half, I think. We'll hope as I'm cutting it. And cover the back of your Valentine if you want it all nice and neat in the same color. Now you'll see you have sticky on the front, and just carefully, so you don't cut your holding together. Now, carefully cut off the excess tape and save this piece. And there you somewhat have, and if yours isn't open like mine's not opening, just to show you what not to do, cut in between your flower until it will open. So cut in between the two. Not flowers, hearts. Sorry about that. Not yet. A little more. There we go. I can open that. See? Now we're just going to trim the flower, because I see sticky and I really just hate seeing sticky on something. Boom. And now you can either, 3 options. Take duct tape. And I may not want to use, I can use that color. Here we go. I'll use my spare. Take a piece of duct tape, whatever size you may need, put it on, and you can cut out what you want to say or draw on. I'm just doing a heart for the purpose of it. It's a really bad heart, but I can put it down to show you. See, I cut out a heart. You can do that for your whole message. And if you don't have duct tape markers, you can take a pen and write on the duct tape. It should write on it. If not, take a permanent marker and it should write on it. But for this, I'm going to use my duct tape markers. So I'll zoom in on the duct tape marker so you can see it. I took one out, but how's that? So this is all set to go. So I'm going to write a note. Let's see. Will you be my Valentine? Now you can write anything you want, but I'm just doing something traditional for the video. See, and I'll zoom in for you. So I just wrote on it, will you be my Valentine? How sweet. Now it should take a couple seconds to dry, so don't fold it or you may get smeared on both sides. If you want to just have fun with it, as soon as I find where my markers went, take another marker or a pen or however you're doing it, just have fun with it. Draw like little weird things or something. Just love. Yeah, a little love on it. My camera would work with me. So make sure it's dry, but that is it. You can add more on the front, add details anywhere you want, but it's just a cute little like Valentine's Day card. Opens and it says no. And I think that's it. This is how to make a Valentine. Remember, it can be any shape. If you just want it one side, just so it's not opening, just don't do the connecting part. But this is very fun, and I will show you just because it happened. If you do close it too early, it will smear like it did on the W. Oh well. It shows it was handmade, which is the point. So once again, Miss Duct Tape Queen's channel on how to make a Valentine. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.